You're in a much better mood than I anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
Am I reading the room the right way?
You are, but this is the calm before the storm. I'm gonna have to tell you that. Tell you that. This is
por-
the calm before the storm.
Before the storm with me, or before the storm with Lola in Minneapolis at Deadline?
Well, can I be honest with you? It was gonna be with you until you corrected my name, so we cool after that. But
Can I get a fist bump? Okay, cool. Thank you.
Now we cool.
Okay.
That's your one time.
I promise never to screw up
You
again.
know what I'm saying? But the rest is for Lola Vice, most definitely, because this is the second time she has cost me my match for the Iron Survivor.
Earlier in the show, I kind of know your history with Lola. I was talking about your match at the ECW arena, and I went out of my way to watch that match because I knew how important it was to the show. And you ladies absolutely killed it. And you destroyed each other, and you beat the crap out of each other. But am I correct, the knowledge that I do know about your past, you guys used to be friends?
We did. We actually came in together. We started in this PC together, and then she decided to go her own way, and I decided to go mine. And then when I watched her whole story with how she became tag team with Elektra, and then when I saw her turn on Elektra, and then she got mad at me because I walked away from her during our match after she hit me multiple times in the tag team match versus JC and Fallon. And then you want to get mad at me because I walked away from you when you already walked away from your other partner, and she really thought I was going to wait for her to do that? No.
So what do you mean you came here together? You made like a decision together as friends to enter this business, or?
No, sir. No, sir. We actually met each other here at the PC together.
Okay.
You know, we grew together. We made each other better. We grew our chemistry and everything. And then she decided to go her own way, so I decided to make my own way.
Can you put your finger on the moment when your relationship with Lola started to fall apart?
I'm going to be honest with you. It's when she turned on Elektra. When I saw her do her own partner like that, I knew she could do me like that without hesitation.
You really believe that? That
Most
even though you had so much more history with her, that she could do that to you?
I feel like if you could do that to a stranger, you could do the worst to your friends.
Wow. That's heavy.
It is.
You were involved in the four-way tonight, and I thought you ladies had an excellent match to kick off the show. I said when I started After Dark tonight that I think the women's division here is shining so bright. I believe the women's division is carrying NXT. I think everybody's stepping up to the plate, but I think, there's something called demanding the spotlight and commanding the spotlight. Demanding the spotlight is when you tell the spotlight, please look at me. Commanding is the spotlight when the spotlight, comes to you. I believe that the women's division here is commanding the spotlight. So before we actually talk about the match, how do you feel about the women's division here in NXT?
Exactly what you just said. We are commanding everything because the women that were here before us went through hell and high waters for us to be where we are right now. So we have no choice but to show them and take the opportunity that they had and just go for the stars with it. So we have to take advantage of that because if not, they did all that for nothing.
And in this industry, you never know that if you don't take advantage of an opportunity of a situation, you never know if it's going to be there tomorrow.
Exactly.
The match tonight. Take me through your thought process while you were in the ring. I thought you had things in control.
Thank you.
I thought that you were winning this match. I thought you were going on to the Iron Survivor Challenge.
Me and you both.
Did you see Lola out of the corner of your, when did you see her? When did you realize that she was there?
I realized when I was coming back to sprint for my signature teardrop move, there was a body there that's not supposed to be there, and I had no choice but to evade it. Because if not, I would have hit my teardrop, I would have got the pin, and I would have got my hand raised for the Iron Survivor.
You were just reacting.
Oh, most definitely.
Ren Sinclair, did you see? I could see you. You just took a deep breath and you kind of rolled your eyes. Did you see her after the match?
Did I see Ren after the match?
Yeah.
Ren didn't want to see me after the match. Let me just put it like that. Nobody wanted to see me after the match because it would have been hell on earth for them after the match. You saw it.
I did, and you were pissed. I saw you come back down to the ring.
Yep.
You had the brick in your hand.
Yep.
You demanded another match immediately. Ava comes out. Talk to me about when you see Ava. Talk to me about Ava not giving you exactly what you want in that moment, the NXT general manager.
I'm going to be honest with you. Love Ava. I respect her work and everything, but she just did and made the worst decision of her life. For me to sit here and wait until Saturday, now I'm just festering thoughts. This is going to be premeditated. I'm just letting you know that right now.
And then Lola comes out.
Oh.
What's going through your mind the minute you see her?
I thought she was scared because I called you out. Why is Ava coming out before you? If you're this Latina heat, I'm bringing this. Okay, well, show me how much heat you got by coming in. Why does our mayor have to save you? Why can't you just come out? I didn't call Ava. I said Lola.
Yep, you did. That is true. I guess Ava is trying to do her job here as the general manager and keep the peace. Lola gets in the ring. You have a brick in your hand.
I do.
Do you give her a little bit of credit for getting in the ring with you despite you having a freaking brick in your hand?
No, not at all. Because she came into that ring talking mess, talking about I just made the worst mistake of my career coming into her world. Nah, baby. This is Jaida Parker's world. What is the underground, the hardcore, a street match? You're in my world. That ring is my center. You're stepping in my world. Regardless of what the match name is, no, you got to deal with me.
You mentioned hardcore, and I definitely want to talk to you about the match you had with Lola at the ECW arena. Mm-hmm. But at the beginning of the show, I was talking about you took the brick. Mm-hmm. Okay, a brick is a hell of a weapon. I've been hit with a brick before, and I've hit others with a brick before.
So have I.
I saw you take your brick that you could have used as a weapon tonight and throw it to her. Mm-hmm. That takes guts. Mm-hmm. That takes, like, a lot of, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I do.
You threw her the brick, and I think that she was in such shock she didn't see it coming, and you knocked her the F out. I mean, just like in the movie Friday, you got knocked the F out.
I needed my Smokey at that point.
Smokey, yeah, right. Like, in that moment in time, a little bit of satisfaction for you?
Most definitely, because she didn't realize the smack she was talking when I wasn't here last week. She didn't realize. I heard what she said. Oh, she went to Stephanie personally and was like, did you see what I said to Jaida Parker? It's not over until I say it's over. Says who? Says who? You decided to step in the ring with me with the brick in my hand. And she goes, she doesn't know how crazy I am. Well, I just matched it. Now what? Because I could have used the brick if I really wanted to.
You definitely could have. So let me take you back to that match that you had with her in the ECW arena. And I know that's in the past, but I haven't had a chance to speak with you since then. And you're having a hardcore match in the ECW arena. There's some ECW legends there. You got the Dudleys there. You got Rob Van Dam there. You know, I'm just saying the building has so much of an aura, so much of a mystique. You're kicking off the show in the arena that made hardcore an everyday household name.
I know.
I can't stop the smile on your face right now. Like, so how did you feel about it? Nerves, anticipation, like, tell me everything you were feeling.
Can I be honest with you?
Please.
Of course, I was nervous. You know how they said the bed? Yeah, I felt like I was going to do that because I didn't want to sit here and discredit everything the legends of ECW have built that name to be. So if I'm coming in there into your house, which is hardcore, we all know that, and I put on a show that doesn't reach that expectations, that falls back on me. So I took it everything in my power. Yes, I was nervous. Yes, I did my research on everything ECW. I had to, because I had to realize what I was getting myself into. It's not just a regular hardcore match. You know what I'm saying? This is a ECW.
Let's be honest. You watch some Dudley Boy stuff. Come on.
Of course, you know I had to.
Okay, because we're cool now.
Yeah, of course. We're now.
I tell you what, though, you did the history of ECW proud that night.
Thank you.
I went out of my way to make sure I watched. I'm like, man, these girls tore the house down. Those people are going crazy, and those are hard wrestling fans. Like, if they don't like it, they'll let you know. Back in the day, if ECW fans didn't like you, do you know what they did?
No.
They stood up and they turned their back to the ring. That's the ultimate sign of disrespect. Like, go home, get out of here. We don't even want to look at you. So
I couldn't have that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Have that.
You're no stranger now to a different match than a quote-unquote regular wrestling match.
Right.
So at Deadline in Minneapolis, you and Lola NXT Underground match. Talk to me about the Underground match.
So the Underground match, from what I've seen so far with her in her recent matches, it's strictly hands. Honest, there's no weapons involved. It's just you and me, fist and fist. May the best man win, or may the best woman win. And it's exactly what it's underground. There's no lights. It's just dark. It's us. So right now it's either you gotta go or I gotta go. You come on top or I'm coming on top, and I'm making sure I'm gonna be on top.
Do you worry about a match like this? Worry about the possibilities of injuries that really don't take place in the common everyday match? And do you worry about losing?
To answer your first question, you just answered it for me. I'm not into regular matches. I haven't had a lot of regular matches, if you think about it. So no, I'm not worried about that at all. It's just another stepping stone I gotta get over. And like I said, it's her versus me. And I can't be scared because she bleed like I bleed. So what do I got to be scared of? Injuries can happen every day. Outside of the ring, it can happen. So no, I can't go in scared because I know she's not coming scared.
What are your thoughts right now on the NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez?
You joking with me? You joking with me?
Well, I got to ask. I got to ask.
I'm going to keep it. Just know I'm going to get my lick back. Because she still owes me one. She still owes me one. I'm going to get my lick back.
Fair enough. How about the recent additions to the NXT women's roster? Stephanie Vicaire, Julia, Zarya.
Well, me and Stephanie definitely have to run it back because Ms. Vice decided to interrupt that. Because if she didn't, I would have been in that Iron Survivor. Most definitely. And then Stephanie would have been in my position like I was tonight. But we'll talk about that later. Julia, I got my eye on her. Especially Zarya, that's a powerhouse. But so am I.
You definitely are. So before we let you go, what if Lola was standing in front of you right now, and you could say something to? I mean, you already knocked her out, so I guess you wouldn't be saying anything.
No, I wouldn't say
much. But what last words on Busted Open After Dark tonight do you have for Lola Vice coming up before your match at Deadline in the Underground?
What I have to say to everybody else, just like the matches before, when I had to give it to him, you better give your heart to God, because you're going to belong to me.
Wow. You can give your heart to God because you know what, belongs to me.
Me.
That's a hell of an outline there.
I
love it. Once again, my apologies. We're cool now.
Yeah.
Best of luck in the Underground. Go out there, steal the show. Knock 'em dead, kid, the whole 9 yards. Jaida, thank you very much for joining me here on Busted Open After Dark. It was a pleasure talking to you tonight.
Thank you again.